It's insane, this guitar, dude.
This guitar is an old friend of mine made it, and the guitar is also an old friend of mine.
When I write songs, I'm going to use my own language until I'm dead. Yeah.
It's always, the community is just so driven around one thing, and that's music. So, yeah. And the connections with other artists that you can make too.
That is the coolest part.
Really
That is
find people
100%.
who are kind of on the same wavelength as you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, man. I think when it comes down to it, people would rather go out and listen to music and forget about everything else, you know.
Definitely healing. Music's an amazing thing in this life, and I don't know what I would do without it.
I feel like it's the thing that makes me feel the most me. Like I feel the most comfortable as like a human being when I'm playing music. And
I think it's part of my true identity that makes me who I am.
For me to sing or to listen to allows me to like tap into something that I don't necessarily have access to at any other time. Emotions or just a really great feeling of being connected to like everyone and everything.
I think that music for me is an emotional outlet. My brain really shuts off and I can be present and in the moment when I'm playing music. Also when I'm writing music, it's a great avenue emotionally as well.
One of the songs I'm going to do is called Myself Again. I went through a whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of crap for a couple of years. It was really a rapid fire. I lost my father and, 28 days later, I lost my sister to a glioblastoma. And then a month later, I lost my 37-year relationship. And a lot of that really just hit me right in the face. And I wasn't myself. I was really discombobulated, and I separated from a lot of things. I was staying away from friends, away from social stuff. And so one day I was just ready to hit the Skeena Bridge and go for a swim. And I decided, no, I'm going to just get my emotions out and my feelings out. And so I wrote this song, and this song is primarily about where I was at that time. And just what I thought was the best decision for me moving forward, and that's to just find myself again.
I put these bars up myself, I guess. No surprise, my mental health, such a fucking mess. Just wanna be like I was before. Don't wanna be like this no more. I wanna be well again. Just be like myself again. I wanna be laughing and playing and singing. I wanna be me. Get back on the horse again. Back on course gotta be free. But in this funk for 2 long years, been fighting gremlins and cried a sea of tears. A life so short, it's no way to live. Got so much to do, got so much to give. I wanna be well again, just be like myself again. I wanna be laughing and playing and singing. I wanna be me, get back on the horse again, back on course again. Break these chains that hold me back. I wanna be free. I gotta be free. I gotta be free to tell the truth in my heart, to show what's really inside of me, to peel back the layers. Seems like a good place to start, living who I wanna be. I wanna be well again, just be like myself again. I wanna be laughing and playing and singing. I wanna be me, get back on the horse again, back on course again. I break these chains that hold me back. I gotta be free. I gotta be free. I gotta be free. I gotta be me. I gotta be free. Hi there, my name's Jim Ljungh. I grew up in the north here, in the beautiful northwest. Been playing music probably since I was about 6 years old. Initially just drumming for the longest time. Grew up in a musical family. All 6 of us played music. My dad was an amazing jazz guitarist. My mom a Toronto Conservatory trained pianist. My sister a blues diva pianist, singer, etc. And yeah, it was a wonderful household. TV was shut off a lot, and live music a lot with the family. Music is very therapeutic. It's always something I look forward to. You know, some days, like I'm in a band again now, drumming, and I'll work a long, hard physical day at work, and I'm thinking about, oh, I got band practice tonight. And then I get there, and we all just light up, and we're loving it. Everybody's happy. We're, you know, bugging each other, but we're making beautiful music together. And yeah, it picks you up. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel like it's time well spent, you know. It's very indicative in my stuff. I think it's super obvious that it's healing for me, because that's what I end up doing, is writing stuff that pertains to my healing and making me feel better. When I'm, you know, right down on the floor and it's time to stand up and regain myself and move ahead. So yeah, definitely healing. Music's an amazing thing in this life, and I don't know what I would do without it. My second track I'm going to do is a song for a really good friend of mine. His name was Dean Campbell. Sadly, he got glioblastoma as well. Seemed to be what was happening. And he wasn't very old. He was younger than me. I worked with him for a long time. Super funny guy. Daredevil. Had this amazing daredevil nature. So it's called Dean and His Flying Machine, because this guy was either sailing through the air from skiing windsurfing or kiteboarding or on a crazy motorbike doing some daredevil trick. So it's just basically a painting and a capture of who this guy was, because he was pretty neat guy. He makes me laugh. He's got that fire in his eyes. There's nothing he won't try. I've seen that look before. When he's around, the good times last all day long. Hair straight back, yeah, I've seen that look before. It's Dean on his flying machine, flying through the air, with the wind blowing through his hair, and nothing can slow him down. It's Dean on his flying machine, flying through the snow, where no one else would go. Did somebody dare him now? He's always been the keener, that's our Diener. That impish grin, it makes you wonder what's coming next. He'd be the first to say, I've done that trick before. Just like a kid, ain't nothing standing in his way. Step aside, I got this, I've seen that trick before. It's Dean on his flying machine, flying through the air, with the wind blowing through his hair, and nothing can slow him down. It's Dean on his flying machine, sailing through the snow, where no one else would go. Did somebody dare him now? He's always been the keener, that's our Diener. It's Dean on his flying machine, sailing through the air, with the wind blowing through his hair, and nothing can slow him down. It's Dean on his flying machine, flying through the snow, where no one else would go. Did somebody dare him now? He's always been the keener, he's always been the keener, that's our Diener. Yeah, that's our Diener. Artistically, growing up, I really liked some of the really fine studio stuff. You know, the guys from Toto, the Picaro brothers, but I also loved really technical stuff and prog kind of things. I grew up playing a lot of Rush when I was young, and Dixie Dregs, and really charted stuff, and Steely Dan, and but influences, you know, I love the Tragically Hip. Gord Downie was one of my heroes. I've been known to play a few hip songs in my evenings, up to 9 or 10 songs, I think. But yeah, songwriters. I love songwriters who can really tell a story, you know. The last track I'm going to do is a recent song I've just written in the last few months. And it's, you know, an important element of
getting your life back together and moving ahead and just being happy. So it's appropriately called Good Friends. And it's just about all the elements of having good friends in your life and how important they are. And, that they'll always be there for you and you help each other through the good and the bad times. So. Don't know where I'd be without good friends in my life. Spend too much time thinking about tomorrow. On days when it seems dark, they help me to see the light. Chase away my sorrow. We're all in this life together. Times are changing fast. In and out of nasty weather. Good times are made to last. I've only known you for so long, but you make me feel so strong. The good feels never end when you're surrounded by good friends. Road without a clue. Spend too much time thinking about where I'll roam. But you've all been there for me. You don't know what I'd do. You always help me find my way home. We're all in this life together. Times are changing fast. In and out of nasty weather. Good times are made to last. I've only known you for so long, but you make me feel so strong. The good feels never end when you're surrounded by good friends. Spend more time living in the moment. Nothing warms the heart like good friends along the way. Merely make all those times golden. We're all in this life together. Times are changing fast. In and out of nasty weather. Good times are made to last. I've only known you for so long, but you make me feel so strong. The good feels never end when you're surrounded by good friends. You're surrounded by good friends. You're surrounded by good friends. Surrounded by good friends. I'm still always doing solo shows of a mixture of my stuff and covers. I often get some pretty neat gigs, hosting things and celebratory stuff. I've also just started playing drums again, which is my strongest instrument really, with a new band called Beam Station Road. You can find them as well online on a lot of the platforms. As far as myself goes, Ljungh, I need to establish a little bit more of some platforms for myself, but if you learn how to spell my crazy last name, you can find me online, as well on Facebook and on, I have a YouTube channel that has a mixture of songs, covers and my own. Reverb Nation, I'm also on there at reverbnation.com/James Ljungh. The last name's Ljungh. You can often find me playing at Sherwood Mountain Brewhouse. A lot of people know that. I'm kind of the house sound tech there, and I've been lucky enough to be the opening host of their amazing open mic, which is every second Sunday. I've gotten to be the opening host of the open mic ever since it started, and I feel really honored that they always bestow that on me. And I've done a lot of the events there. Sherwood's birthday, Pickle Fest, which is interesting, as I've often been seen in a pickle outfit, singing and playing, as they have their celebration of bringing your canned wares in and stuff to Sherwood. So Sherwood and many brew houses in the north. I've played both of them in Smithers, Bulkley Valley and Smithers Brewing Company. I've played in Prince Rupert. I'm about to play in Kitimat as well. So anyway, that's where you can find me. Just keep looking around.
You're good.
He makes me laugh. He's got that fire in his eyes. There's nothing he won't try. I've seen that look before. When he's around, the good times last all day long. Hair straight back, yeah, I've seen that look before. It's Dean on his flying machine, flying through the air, with the wind blowing through his hair, and nothing can slow him down. It's Dean on his flying machine, flying through the snow, where no one else would go. Did somebody dare him now? He's always been the keener. That's our Diener. That impish grin, it makes you wonder what's coming next. He'd be the first to say, I've done that trick before. Just like a kid, ain't nothing standing in his way. Step aside, I got this, I've seen that trick before. It's Dean on his flying machine, flying through the air, with the wind blowing through his hair, and nothing can slow him down. It's Dean on his flying machine, sailing through the snow, where no one else would go. Did somebody dare him now? He's always been the keener. where no one else would go. Did somebody dare him now? He's always been the keener. He's always been the keener. Oh, that's our Dina. Yeah, that's our Dina. Don't know where I'd be without good friends in my life. Spend too much time thinking about tomorrow. On days when it seems dark, they help me to see the light. Chase away my sorrow. We're all in this life together. Times are changing fast. In and out of nasty weather. Good times are made to last. I've only known you for so long, but you make me feel so strong. The good feels never end when you're surrounded by good friends. I've been up and down this road without a clue. Spend too much time thinking about where I'll roam. But you've all been there for me. You don't know what I'd do. You always help me find my way home. Oh, we're all in this life together. Times are changing fast. In and out of nasty weather. Good times are made to last. I've only known you for so long, but you make me feel so strong. The good feels never end when you're surrounded by good friends.